Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Anahit Tatarian. Travis couldn't be here, so I'm going to be hosting this webinar along with Tom and Jessica. Tom, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, excellent. Appreciate that. Hello, everybody. Tom Fernandez here with Raven. I'm the Director of Business Development. We also have Jessica Shore here with us as well. She's our Client Success Director. And so what we wanted to do today is just share with you this piece of tech that we created as formerly as a team of agents ourselves. This is something we designed to help us more efficiently match up our own buyers with our own pre-market sellers and do more in-team or in-house deals, which benefits everybody within the company, right? So we're gonna show you how that works and how easy it is to get started. I'm gonna hand this over to Jessica, who will run you through the actual demo, and then I'll be here to just answer questions and kind of chime in. Kind of just the key takeaways though, that I want you guys to remember. One, this is brought to you by Darren Samaral, who's essentially sponsoring the Rise Realty membership to our network. So this comes at, it's a no cost service for you guys. There's a lot of different components to it. We may or may not get through everything today, and so we're happy to follow up with with a secondary session and one-off or additional trainings are available from us as well. So just know that. But anyways, let me just go ahead and turn it over to Jessica, and we'll let her run with it. Jessica.
Awesome. Thank you, Tom. Okay, guys, so I'm going to share my screen right now. So please let me know if you are able to see that. It should be a presentation. Are you guys able to see that?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So quickly, I just want to run through kind of what Raven is, a little bit of a backstory for you guys, and then not to bore you, we'll hop right into the platform and you guys can see all the functions, what you can do. And then, yeah, if you have any questions at the end, we can go through everything, okay? So Raven is a real estate market network. We have over 10,000 agents and we're constantly growing, a bunch of loan officers and title reps on our platform. And Raven is at no cost to you guys. Darren is actually sponsoring you. So he is the reason that you guys are getting this awesome tool. We are a market network available nationwide. We have virtually every brand and brokerage in different capacities on our network. And we have a mobile app and a web app where you guys are able to share your wants, needs, your buyer needs, coming soons, and you're matched up throughout the network, both in and outside of your brokerage, while still staying abiding by that clear cooperation policy, while also showing you guys the options that you can utilize to get those extra and off-market needs for your clients met.
And I'm sorry, Jessica, can you just back up one slide? I want to make sure that everybody's understanding this network component to what we're doing just real quick. So the purpose of the agent network, folks, is to match up buyer needs and wants, right? You guys have done most likely those needs and wants meetings. This is a digitized version of that process. That's an easy way to think of it. And so throughout our network, which we have agents across the country, there's about 10,000 agents on the network, your buyer needs that you put into the system will get matched up against listings that are in our system as well. And we have listings from a bunch of different MLSs, plus there are pre-market listings that other agents are putting into our platform as well. So the network component here matches up the buyer needs with the properties, and then we simply start connecting the two agents to see if there is a potential deal to be had. Okay, that's just kind of the basic high level of what we're doing, and I think that kind of explains the network component to this, hopefully. If not, please let me know. Go ahead, Jessica.
Thanks,
sorry.
Tom. Here we go. So one of my favorite things that you guys can do with Raven is you can put any property into our system to see who has matching buyer needs across all the brands and brokerages that we have on our network. And this information can be leveraged, say, if you were going on a listing appointment, and you just wanted to see, kind of feel out that homeowner, see what their plans for that property were. So you can say, hey, I already have 10 people who are looking for a property exactly like yours at this specific price point. Are you interested in selling? We can get something going. And then as soon as you get that contract signed, you can reach out to whichever agents that have matching buyer needs to potentially collaborate with them at that point. So you can also use Raven as a prospecting tool, which I can show you guys in a bit, but that's one of my favorite parts is, and all this information is safe, it's secure. No one else can see that property until you allow them to see that property. So all that information completely safe and secure. And then on the flip side, you can also put your buyer needs into the system, and then listing agents can recognize those buyer needs. There are several double end opportunities that you guys can match up within the brokerage, and then also you match up with yourself. You also will gain access to the coming soon and off market office exclusive listings that other agents might not have, and other agents within your brokerage and inside your team. You can see that information as well. So typically with the clear cooperation policy, it would be for the coming soons, it would be that 1 business day rule. But for the off market office exclusive properties, you would be able to see that inventory that no one on the MLS has. So the whole goal here is for you to help you guys close more in-house deals, match up more buyers and sellers within your team and within your own database, while still staying compliant with the clear cooperation policy, noting the difference between your brokerage only and then sharing with all other brokerages. And then we do have, this is another one of my favorite parts of Raven. I set all my friends up on this, private search portals. So you can set your client up on a saved search. It's similar to the MLS, but there's no application for them to download, no password for them to remember, and everything is branded to you. And then there's a separate portion where it'll also be branded to Darren. So when you do put your client up on one of these private search portals, they'll be able to see that you have a professional working with you. They can click on that information, call Darren right from the app. They can call you, and all the information is right there. And then this will also show them that off-market and office exclusive inventory that they won't have on the MLS. So let me get into the presentation or the app now. So when you first log in, let me just log out really quickly. So when you first log in, it brings you to the sellers page. But when you guys log in, I need to get a roster from your guys' office manager so that we can create accounts for everyone. But there will be a red bar up here and it'll say, please verify your MLS. So you'll click into that and that'll just take you right here. So you can put your license number and your MLS ID. We'll quickly get you guys verified. So that'll start pulling in all of your active MLS listings. Now, up here in this top right corner, this is where you can find your settings, support, and then where you log out. So support would be if you guys had a question, you can click on that. It'll send us an email and we respond within 5 minutes. Here is the settings. You can update your profile picture here, update your bio, update your phone number, your email address. You can put your office location if you want. And then this is where you'll change your password. So our VAs will make a custom password for you. This is where you can go in and change that information. That's all we need to see from here. And then, so we're going to go into the sellers. I'm just going to click on this one and just show you guys. So actually, let me show you how to add a new seller. So it's super easy to add a new seller. You just need 5 pieces of required information: the address, price, stories, beds, and baths. There's also more information down here. The more information you guys put, the better. And then this is where it gets fun. So this property visibility status, this is where you will decide what sharing permissions that everyone on the Raven platform can see. So like we spoke about before, if you were just using this as, a prospecting tool, you would leave that status as none. So nobody but you could see this property. You would still get matches because matching is enabled with all 4 of these statuses, but only you would see this property. Next would be office exclusive. Only the people within your specific brokerage would be able to see this property. And then they would also, you would also get matches from people that weren't in your brokerage, but you could choose to share that with them if you wanted or not. Coming soon and active, all the agents on the Raven network are able to see that property at that point. And again, you will still get matches. So it's super
Jessica,
easy.
let me, can you leave this screen open for a second? I just want to talk a little bit about, why you put a property into the system in the first place. So you're having a conversation with a prospective seller. They may be on the fence. They may be interested potentially in selling, but they're not ready. There's a lot of different scenarios there. But basically, any seller prospect could or should be entered into the system, and for a number of different reasons. It's going to can help you get that listing signed, right? So you put the property in. Yes, you do put the address. Don't worry, no one else can see the property. As Jessica stated, no information is being shared with any other agent. That is the default setting. It's not on our website. It's not searchable. It's 100% private. Only you can see it when you put a property into the system. However, you will be able to see, and Jessica, maybe as I talk, you can close this out and pull up a property with matches. When you put a property in, it's kept private. No other agents can see it. However, you will be able to see who the other agents are that are on our platform that have a buyer need that's matching up with the attributes of this property. Okay. And so just to clarify, you can see your buyer agent matches, but they can't see your property until you want them to see your property. So here, or actually, if you could just back up one second, in sort of this list screen here, you can see the match status says not shared. That means no one else can see it. And if you wanted to, you could click on any one of these agents here and share this property information with just one individual like Tatiana here, and ignore the others, or you could share it with all, or you don't have to share it with anybody. You could simply pick up the phone, call, email, or text this agent and just be like, hey, I may have something coming up in this neighborhood. I see you have a buyer in Raven. Talk to me about your buyer. Okay. So the whole point here, guys, is to connect you with other agents who have buyers. This is before the property gets signed. This is before the property goes into the MLS. Okay. That is the point here. And ideally, you're getting matched up with other agents who have buyers that are from within Rise Realty, right? And that way, one of you represents the buyer, the other the seller, and that counts as an in-house deal, taking it from one single transaction to 2 transactions. And so these are the reasons why we built the platform for our team and why brokerages are really having a good time and doing more transactions with this application. We're showing you here the web version, but just know that there is a mobile app version, both for Android and for Apple, downloadable from our website or either of the app stores. And again, we can send you some of those direct links for downloading the app when we create your accounts, if you guys want to have us go ahead and do that for you. Okay, but please let me know if you have any questions on that. Use this for your prospective sellers. Build your own little, marketplace of your sellers, and then maybe we can pivot into, Jessica, the office exclusive piece of this. So go ahead. I'll shut up now. Go ahead.
Okay, so this is a property that I put it in the system. These are all just test properties. So none of them are actually active. But I did put this in as office exclusive. So as you can see, I still got buyer matches from 3 different agents that are not on my team. But so if we go, say, if we went into Tom's profile, Tom would be able to see this property on his end. So that is how the office exclusive properties work. You were able to go in and actually search for just office exclusive listings. So you can see that was that property there. We also have, you can click on any property that is here. You can see, so Tom's this listing agent. I can click on this share link here. It'll generate a quick web link. I can copy that, send that over to my client. I can also contact Tom to see, hey, what's the deal with this East Pedro Road property? Are they actually, looking for someone? And then it does give all the property information here.
Yeah, so let me just jump in with a little to just share with you guys. So there's a lot of other large teams from various brokerages, as well as just entire offices and brokerages that are, the way they use this is every single listing of presentation or appointment that they go on, they end up putting that listing into the platform and they change the status to office exclusive. Why? Because they want to share that listing, even though it's not signed yet and it's just, a potential. They want to share that with the other agents within their office. Okay. So when you guys are all set up, you go on a listing presentation, get that listing into our system, put it in office exclusive status. And if everybody continues to do that and contributes, you will see, if you want to hit close there, Jessica, you will see all of those listings. And essentially what you guys would be doing is building a pool of exclusive inventory that only you have access to, right? And this is valuable because you are, drumming up demand for these listings to help you all get the listings signed, which will differentiate you from what the typical agent does, which is go out and start talking to the homeowner about the value of their property and the typical marketing stuff you're going to do. You can walk in letting them know that you have 10 or 20 or even maybe more agents or buyers already in hand and they haven't even signed with you yet, number one. Secondly is this helps you on the buyer conversion side of things, because as you build this exclusive pool of inventory that is only shared and accessible by Rise Realty agents, then you're able to leverage that to help you get more buyers, right? Because we all know that buyers are struggling to find homes. Agents are struggling to find homes for their buyers. So this gives you an avenue to supply those buyers with potential homes they would buy, but also it's a tool for you to leverage and essentially parlay into getting more buyers to work with you. Because what buyer isn't going to want to work with you as an agent if you're providing them with access to exclusive inventory, right, guys? So this works and cuts kind of the, both ways as a buyer and seller conversion tool. So please let me know if that's not making sense or if you have questions, and happy to answer them.
Awesome. Thanks, Tom. Now I want to hop back over here to the buyer side. So it's super easy for you guys to add a new buyer. You can also, if you have a CRM with your buyers already, I would suggest having, active within the last 12 months, within the last 12 months, but you can click bulk import, upload your spreadsheet here, click done. And then this will trigger something for us. We can go and put all this information in there for you, so you don't have to manually do one by one, okay? Also, so click over here on add new. There's only 3 pieces of required information to add a new buyer. That would be city or zip code. You could also do a map region. So if they're looking by a specific school, or if your client, likes a specific area, you can just circle that map region on the map and it'll only give you homes that are on Raven in that specific area. And then price range, I recommend putting a minimum price because if you don't, you might just, get a lot of stuff that your client isn't looking for. So I'd put a range, a specific range that they're looking in, and then just client first name. You can put the rest of their information if you'd like. You don't have to. Sometimes I just put mine for the area that they're looking in. So just so that you remember. And then once you enter in all that information, you can also change the beds, baths. Like I said, the more information that you put, the better the matches are going to be. So input all this information. And then this is where you will toggle on your buyer search portal. So it's super easy. You just toggle that button. You can put their email address or however many email addresses. If you're working with a couple, you can put both of them in there. And you can pick how often these emails are sent. So as soon as the property gets put in to Raven, every day you'll get an email with those properties, or every week at the end of the week, they'll get an email with a summary of the properties that match their specific criteria. You will also be copied on these emails. If you don't want to be, you can just toggle that off here. Usually people keep it on because they like to see what their client is seeing. And then you just click activate and it's done. And then I can show you. Also, you can partner with, so you guys will all be partnered with Darren on here. This is where you can see, let me show you where you can see his information.
Oh, let me, hold on real quick before you leave that screen since you're there, Jessica. Let me just, there was a question earlier. Someone said, well, I have a different lender, that I partner up with, and that's perfectly fine. So if you scroll down, Jessica, I just want to show, you can remove the partner, meaning the lender partner there, which in your guys' case will be Darren. So you can remove Darren from any one of your buyers if you don't want to share it with Darren. Okay, so that's not a problem. Don't worry about that. And also, if you scroll up, Jessica, you can, if you put this information in and you click this request pre-approval, this will link you out to a separate form where you could request a pre-approval to a couple of your lender partners, all from one form. You just need to pop in their names and email addresses. And so that's a way to kind of share or include another lender, into this financing situation for the client. Okay, so just know, ultimately, it's up to you as the agent. You are in control as to who, what lender, if any, you want to share this buyer client information with, as well as if you ever want to share any property information with. Okay, you as the agent, it's completely within your control, and that's a big important factor. The only other thing I just want to add, if you kind of scroll back down to the buyer portals, guys and gals, is that this again would be something you could use in lieu of or in addition to you using the MLS or whatever other property search tools. This is a full-blown MLS or IDX powered property search portal. So we're going to have all the listings from CRMLS in here. And actually, CRMLS doesn't allow us to co-brand Darren, the lender, in the portals because of their rules and regulations. We are allowed to do that in basically all other MLS markets, but CRMLS does not allow it. So there would be no co-branding in the other portals, just so you know. That's kind of a unique thing with CRMLS. And then as the system indicates, listing alert emails sent daily, weekly, or as soon as possible. They're branded with your information in them. The system works really slick, guys. Most of the time, clients and agents prefer using this system because of its mobile friendliness, whereas Matrix often struggles to display correctly on a mobile phone, and the simple fact that there is no username or password required. It's just one-click access for the client. So highly recommend you give this a go. This is something that we normally charge agents like $40 a month for as part of our pro membership, but you all get it or will get it because of Darren's sponsorship of the brokerage as a whole. Let's see, real quick, there's a couple questions. It says here, I missed the first part. Is there an app we can use? Yes, there is an app, and this recording will be available for you. Yes, the Raven Real Estate, Raven Real Estate. I think just those 3 words, sorry for blanking, but here's what you would put into the App Store.
When we set up your account emails, there will be a link for Android and iOS you just click the link and it'll download the app. It'll take you right to the App Store. So
yeah, that's normally the easiest way to do it.
Yeah.
Another question here, someone's asking, is there IDX coding available that we could add to our existing websites? So no, we don't have a code or like something where you can embed this into your existing website. But what you could do is obviously just link out to it. So we do have, and each of you will get like a generic portal link. And so it wouldn't be specific for any particular buyer. And that's where you could put that link into your email signature. You could put that link onto your website or anywhere. And anyone who clicks that link can register and create an account on your system. And so that way, it could be used as some sort of a lead generation tool, although I don't necessarily market it or wouldn't really think of it in that way, but that is possible. One other question here, let me just get to, if we have a lender to add, are they also free of charge? So no, the lenders they pay a fee to be a part of our program, and I'm happy to talk to them. I talk to all the lenders that join our program, but it's free for agents, not free for lenders.
Awesome. Thanks, Tom. So you've seen how to add a new buyer. You've seen how to bulk import the buyers. Now let me take you into a buyer so you can see what it looks like. So this is the specific criteria that this buyer is looking for. You can always go in here and edit this if you'd like. And then one thing I do want to note, if you guys are working on a team or if you have an assistant that is also signed up under you, you can add them as a co-agent. You just click here, search them by name or type in their email that they're using on Raven. You can add them as a co-agent on here. And then they are also able to make changes, view the matches, see the activity and the contact information. The only thing that they are not able to do is delete this buyer need. So they're able to do everything else except for delete that buyer need. So like I said, if you are working with somebody and you want to have them collaborate with you on this, this is right where to do it. Then let's go in here on the matches. So there are 2 matches in here. When you click on one, you can see why you got the match. It'll also show you all the property details down here. And then there's no buyer portal set up for this client, but so I can share it like this and copy the link. And I just want to show you what it looks like when they get the link. So it's super user friendly. And like Tom said, this was optimized for mobile. So if they are looking at this on their phone, it's actually optimized for that. So this will see all the house photos that are on the MLS. This will be your information. So they will never get any information of, the listing agent or anything like that. It's always going to be your information. And they can quickly click contact agent, send you a message letting you know that they're interested in seeing this property. It gives them the address, of course, the price. And then this is where they can either like or dislike the property. If they dislike the property, it'll notify you in Raven. And if they like the property, it'll also notify you in Raven. So you'll know that they're interested or not interested in the property. And then it gives them just all the property information. So like I said, this is optimized for use on your phone. I think people are raising their hands. This is optimized for the phone. So it'll look really great when they see it.
Yeah, it's cool when they like and dislike on the phone. There's like additional little cool animations that occur. The property, kind of like flies off to the right or flies off to the left.
Mhm.
depending if they like or dislike. But the whole point there is just for to get some level of feedback from the client on each listing. And as Jessica mentioned, it's tracked and noted in the app for both you and or your lender partner, if you happen to have that buyer shared with them or her. And so just to keep everybody on the same page.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna dislike this property so that you guys can see what it looks like back on your end when you do look at it. So this is what your client will see. You've completed viewing your match property. Your agent will contact you ASAP. So you guys will get an email that, oh, let me move this. And then let me go back to details. So previously I was interested in this property. So that's why it says interested here, but this is that one that we just viewed, and it shows you on here, match status, not interested. So this will help you if there's a list of like 10 or 15 different properties. This will help you get more of a feel of what your client is looking for. So you don't have to go out to every property and, kind of waste their time and waste your own time. This is a way to, okay, you don't like this property, it's on a main street, but you do like this property. So gives you another way to keep tabs on what they're looking for. You can also here add the activity. You can see when you created this lead, and then you can also input, you emailed them, you set an appointment with them, in activity in here like that. And then you can also add their contact information if you'd like.
Yeah, real quick also on that activity tab, if you guys
Mhm.
have a buyer that is in the system and it is shared with Darren, then when you post an activity in here, let's say to let the lender know, whatever, something, then it'll push an email to Darren as the preferred lender partner for this buyer. And it works the same way in reverse. So let's say Darren has finished the pre-approval or whatever the case is, he can add a note in here and it'll push a update email to you as the agent. So again, not really designed to be a CRM. I wouldn't really think of it that way, because there's a lot of things that we're not going to do that a CRM does do. It's more of like a simple collaboration tool, at least this activity part of it, between you and your preferred lender, assuming your preferred lender is shared this buyer with them, to keep you all on the same page. Okay.
Awesome. Thanks, Tom. Now I'm going to get into the search. So you can search all listings. So you can see all the listings that are currently in Raven in your area. So you can just go through here. I have it open to everything, but you can, specifically curate it if you're looking for only like 4-bedroom houses. It'll update that filter for you. And like I said, once you will see who the agent is, but your client won't ever see who the agent is. So you could contact Christina if you wanted, if you like this property, and just how, when you send your client that link, it basically looks the same for you guys here. And you can share it. It'll just generate a web link and you can share this with your client as well. To search, it's just super easy. You can really just pick any area. It'll take you right to there. And you can see all the houses that are on Raven in that area. So that's it for that. This is your partners tab. So this is where you guys will be paired with Darren. And then if you do invite, another lender to the platform that you are working with, if they do sign up, that information will be here as well. You can click on that. It'll have Darren's bio here, his phone number, what he specializes in, his NMLS number. You can put any notes in here. Spoke with Darren on this day. He's getting my buyer pre-approved, things like that. And then you can also share his contact info right from the app. So it'll just ask you how you want to share it. And then you can send that over to your client so that they know they can get pre-approved through him. And then here's our training tab. Sorry, it should be, oh, there we go. So these videos were all recently updated. So you guys can go in here, and if you have, if you want to just watch these videos, it just goes in depth, how to add a buyer, how to add a seller, an intro to Raven, and then a few more. And then you can also schedule a training here if you'd like. It just takes you right to the calendar, and then you can schedule a training. So, but if you also, you guys will have my email. So if you also need anything, you can email us or just let us know. But do you guys have any questions, anything you want me to go over?
Jessica, maybe while we wait for that to come in, if there are any, I would, let's pull up one of these listings where you may have some self matches. I don't know if you have any self matches.
Here we go.
There you go. That's a good example. So I just want to point out, the system will match up your own buyers with your own listings that you're putting in here. Okay. And that's what we're looking at here. So if you put in your prospective sellers into the system, and you input the buyers you're working with, it's hard to keep track of that stuff. If you're talked to a seller 6 months ago and you're talking to some buyer now, perhaps if there's overlapping criteria there, right, you could potentially double in that deal. So our application here will bubble up those double lending opportunities, and really you'll see them listed here as a self match. And so if we go back to that this previous screen here, so instead of seeing an agent name here in the buyer matches, it'll be the name of the buyer, and then of course we're have this little label here that's your buyer, and
Your
obviously
buyer,
the self-match label. So yeah, just want to show you, create your own little marketplace, and build it out. Let the system, lean on the system to identify those opportunities for you. Can make a huge difference for, I think, just about anyone's business. So any other questions before we get ready to wrap this up? All right, well, I'm not seeing any so far. I think the only thing from my end would be just the account creation process. So is that something that Travis, or that you guys can just send us over the list, and we'll create everyone's accounts and email, kind of text them when it's ready to be accessed?
Yeah, I can go ahead and send that over to you here in a few minutes, and we can have you guys get started on that as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Cool. Sounds good. Well, hey, everybody, thanks for your time. Appreciate it. Hopefully that was helpful. And just let us know if there's anything else we can do, or any other questions we can answer.
Perfect. Thank you guys so much again. And yeah, we're looking forward to using this. I know I am as myself. So I'm very excited, and it does seem like a really great tool. So and I really like the aspect where you could see your clients liking the properties or disliking them, and then it notifying you. So as the agent, which properties they really like or don't like. So
yeah, absolutely. Well, cool. Yeah, we're looking forward to working with you guys. Just so you know, I'm pretty local here. I know you're down in Temecula. I'm just based here out of Corona. Okay. And Jessica's up in Sherman Oaks or something like that, somewhere up in that area.
Like Ventura County.
Yeah. And we started out of Huntington Beach, so we're local SoCal folks, and yeah, we're definitely available to jump back in for some follow-up trainings and whatnot if you guys feel like it's necessary. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
All right, everybody, have a great day. Take care.
Thanks, guys.
Bye. Thank you, everyone who came on too.